Hi guys! Today is another pumpkin recipe and I just cannot stop eating pumpkin. It's so delicious. I'm gonna make my pumpkin soup as well today. It's an old recipe which I'm gonna link for you here, but today I'm making a delicious curry pumpkin quiche, which was inspired by something I tried in a local restaurant. So because it's pumpkin season here already, the restaurants are bringing in those seasonal dishes, and I went to a coffee shop or a restaurant with my friend and we had a light dinner there where I also tried this pumpkin curry quiche, and it was so delicious. I wanted to make something similar. So I was inspired by this dish and I wanted to make something similar but my own style. So today I'm sharing this delicious pumpkin quiche recipe, curry pumpkin quiche recipe, which also has a little bit of that pumpkin pie spice which I shared a while ago and which I will link here for you. So it has all of those delicious fall flavors packed into a quiche, which you can serve with a side salad as a light lunch or a light dinner. To make the crust, you want to add all of the flour into a medium bowl. Then you want to add a pinch of salt and also a pinch of sugar. And then I'm also adding in the cubed cold butter. It's easier if you cube the butter, then it's gonna make it easier for you to work it in. So once you've added all that in, you want to start working the butter into the flour with a fork or with a dough cutter. And once you notice that it's slowly starting to combine, you can slowly start to add the water. So I have the ice water here, and just add a little bit at a time, give it a mix, and then see if you need to add in more. And then when you notice it's coming together like this, you don't want to add any more water, and you just want to shortly mix it so that everything is mixed in, and then wrap it in a cling film and store in the fridge for at least 2 hours. I've chilled the dough overnight. I actually said you can chill it for a couple of hours, so 2 to 3 hours, but I decided to chill it overnight instead. And now I'm gonna roll it out. I have the parchment paper here to help me. So I've measured that if I roll it out according to the parchment paper, I will have a perfect fit for my baking tin. So before I start rolling out, I want to sprinkle a little bit of flour over the parchment paper and also a little bit over the dough. And then you just want to roll it out and keep turning it around so you get it even from all sides. So then once you've rolled out the dough, you want to grab your cake tin and with the help of the parchment paper, place the dough into the cake tin. So just make sure that you have enough for the sides as well. Just carefully remove the parchment paper. And then if you need to move it, you can still move it. So lift it a little bit. So that you have all of the sides covered. And then you just want to press the dough into the cake tin. So start with the base. Just kind of lifting the sides. And if you need, you can use a little bit flour. And then once you have the bottom covered well, so you can see the bottom is covered, there's no bubbles, then you want to go along the side to press the dough into the side. And then you just want to cut off any excess dough that's hanging. So just want to move your knife like this along the edge of the pie dish, and it will cut off nicely. And then you want to pierce the base, which will help to release any air bubbles. I have the same parchment paper that I used for rolling out the base, and I'm just gonna place it over the base, just carefully. I want to do it carefully, but so that all of the sides are covered as well. So completely the bottom and the sides. And then when you have it covered, you want to add the weight. So I'm using some dry peas. You can also just use pie weights, and you want to cover it so that it reaches the base and both the sides. And now I'm going to blind bake it, and all the instructions as always can be found in the recipe. So while the base is blind baking, we can prepare the filling. So I have a big pan on medium heat. I've added some olive oil to it, and first I'm going to add in the pumpkin. Usually you would start with the onion, but because I want to really caramelize the pumpkin and I don't want to burn the onion, I'm gonna start with the pumpkin. So it's been almost 10 minutes. You can see my pumpkin is getting some beautiful color. Getting some caramelization over the top there. You can see, very beautiful. And now I want to add in the onion and the garlic. I'm gonna also turn down the heat to medium or medium low. And just cook this until the onions also start to soften and get some color. So you will notice it doesn't take too long for the onions. And then I have prepared the spices here. So I have the salt with the curry powder and my pumpkin spice mix in here. And I'm just gonna add it in over the pumpkin and the onion and give it a good mix. And then we also want to add in a little bit of butter. So I have 15 grams of butter here that I'm gonna allow to melt in, and that will also give a nice caramel-like taste to the pumpkin and to the filling. Then once the butter has melted, turn off the heat and just leave it there for another couple of minutes before removing it from heat. Now the base has been baking for 15 minutes, and you just want to remove the beans or the weight that you've added on top. Then you want to return it back to the oven, because you can see it's still kind of wet from here, so you want to get it baked through and get some color. The crust is baked through. You can see it has a little bit of color already. And now I'm just gonna leave it aside to cool a little bit. And now I'm gonna prepare the filling. So I have the yogurt here, and I'm just gonna add in the eggs. And you just want to give it a good mix so that it's all well combined. Now, because I did season the pumpkin well, I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt and black pepper. Then I also have some fresh parsley from our garden, which I'm also gonna add in. And then you just want to mix it well so that all of the spices are combined. And now that the base has had time to cool a little bit, I'm gonna add in the pumpkin. So first adding the pumpkin over the base and just making sure it's spread evenly. And then you are going to add the filling, or well, the liquid on top. Also spreading that evenly. And then we are going to pop it back into the oven. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I had so much fun creating this because I was inspired by something I tried somewhere, and I wanted to make it in my way, because the one I tried in the restaurant was really sweet and I wanted this to be more savory. So I was really excited, and I'm really excited how it turned out. The pastry is super flaky, crunchy and delicious, and the filling is not too sweet, but it has that little sweetness from the pumpkin. I will be serving mine with a light side salad of arugula and tomato and some dressing. What would you serve this quiche with? Let me know in the comments below. So I think this is a great recipe to go along with the pumpkin pie, the traditional pumpkin pie, which I shared a little while ago, and I will link it here for you. So that is kind of the dessert pumpkin pie. But if you're looking for a savory pumpkin pie quiche for Thanksgiving or just to enjoy this fall, then this is a perfect recipe for that. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget that thumbs up to let me know you like the recipe and you like this video, and subscribe so you don't miss any coming recipes. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye until next time.